So the mandate at Ubisoft, like the creative team is given a mandate by the editorial team. And our mandate back in 2004 in January was to redefine the action adventure genre on the next-gen platform. Pretty easy mandate, right? How we did it. First, I wanted to change the setting. Coming from Prince of Persia, I want out of the fantasy world and try to go with an historic one, human history. So I remember a book I read back in college about secret society, and the first chapter were on the Assassin. The Assassin was a clan back in medieval time of assassins, basically. And that's where the word assassin comes from, by the way. But also I wanted a character that has action in his title. The prince is pretty cool, but the prince is basically waiting for the king to die so he can take his place. Right? So a prince is not an action figure per se. I wanted also this time, and to go forward with the Prince of Persia, continue to be realistic while being credible more than fully realistic. Next. And I wanted freedom in an action game. Prince of Persia is pretty cool, but basically you cannot be better than me. Nobody can be better than the other one at Prince of Persia, since the gameplay is to go from point A, finding out the puzzle that a level designer set up, and go to point B, and that's it. And once you do it, it'll be as good as me. But this time I wanted freedom. I wanted that people could really experience their own action sequence and to create it. So that was freedom for me. And since we knew at the time that there would be a lot more beautiful graphics on the next-gen platform, but I wanted that the world to be not empty. Sorry for my English there. But to be really crowded and to have gameplay with the crowd, so where you can really push people around. Imagine here if I would go and start running, how fun it would be. I would probably die. All right. Next, please. So, doing all this, using what we've learned from PAX, that's how I call it, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, and having all of this also in full fluidity. What I mean by that is that the player never stopped controlling the character from the beginning of the game till the end. So in the game, there's no cinematics. There is like narrative moment, but as soon as you press start, you press new, you'll be playing. And 20, 25, 45 hours later, you'll be stopping playing. But you can still go to the bathroom and eat. All right, so that was the mandate. So how did we do that? First, we went in vacation. After Sands of Time. It took us 27 months, Sands of Time, and it was a really, really hard time at the end. So that was in December. In January 2004, we were given the mandate. So the core team of Prince of Persia Sands of Time, like 10 guys, went off and started Assassin's Creed. The first announcement was in September 2005 at Tokyo Game Show. Really, really, like, I think it was 15 seconds of a project's assassin. And they asked us to cut. It was a little bit longer, but they asked us to cut it because we weren't known at all. So that was the first announcement. That's a 2004 early artwork and of Altair, of his hidden blade. And we were pretty lucky because it's almost the first draft of the character. And our license is history. So the assassin really wore a white cloak and a red sash. Right? Sash. All right, everyone together? Thank you. Before we go and with this target game footage, really happy to show you this. It's the first time, and this is your thing for PAX. It's the first time we're showing this to outside Ubisoft. It's our what we used to call fake footage. Now it's target game footage of the game that we would like imagine to be now. So you'll see it's a little bit different, but the experience is almost the same. Play.
Awesome!
It's really funny to still like look at it because that's basically my vision. That was what I had in mind in January, February. We spent 6 months, and it wasn't meant to be shown. It wasn't like a marketing trailer. It was really try to, with a movie, show the experience. So basically we had the control scheme. So it's really somewhat to play. And some of the stuff that you've seen that were cut. So you cannot ride with 2 assassins on a horse, for example. But basically the core experience is in it. Next.